The cost of making an article is divided between materials, labors, and overhead in the ratio of 5:3:1. If the material cost is 6.9, the cost of article is which of these following option? Now, I can just explain this situation to you. I know from an examination perspective it might not be relevant, but whenever you make an article, so let's say for example, if I tell you a very simple example, let's say a pencil. The pencil that you look at is something like this, okay, and it has a lead around this, right, and that's the tip of the pencil. So when you make this pencil, you use wood, right, you use lead, right. Then there is a person who actually operates the machinery to make the pencil. So if you look at it, basically there is material. Material is something which is used to make the goods. So let's say in this case it is wood and lead. It is labor. Labor is nothing but the person who spends his time to make a particular thing. And overheads are basically the expenditure. So let's say if you are running a machinery, you might need electricity. So overheads are basically the additional expenditure which is not material or labor, which is used to manufacture a particular commodity. The sum total of all these costs taken together forms the cost of pencil, right? So in this case also, you are told that the cost of the material, labor and overhead, okay, let me use a different color. The cost of material, labor and overheads are in the ratio of 5:3:1, right? And all these costs taken together are going to form the cost of the material or cost of the article. You are told if the cost of the material is 6.90, what is the cost of the article? Now if you look at this situation, what is the cost of material? The cost of material is in ratio of 5:3:1 to labor. So the cost of material effectively, maybe let me just remove this thing now. So if you see, the cost of material is basically what? It's 5 out of 9. How did I get this 9? It is 5/9 of the total cost, which is 9 is basically nothing but 5 plus 3 plus 1, right? So 5/9 of cost of material is the cost of material, right? 5/9 of what? Of the total cost, right? Total cost, let's say the total cost is X, is equal to 6.90, right? What do we need to find out? We need to find out the value of X. So X is equal to 6.90 into 9 divided by 5, right? If I just cancel these out, I get 1.80 over here. When you do the multiplication of this, you get 12.42, right? Another simpler way of doing this is, you can say that if the cost of material is 5 rupees, right? What is the total cost of the article? 5 plus 3 plus 1, 9. If cost of material is equal to 5, then article cost is equal to 9, right? So if the cost of material is 6.9, what is going to be the cost of the article? Let's say it is X. So how do we write this? We say 5:9. The ratio of 5:9 is something which is equal to 6.9:X, right? The ratio of 5 rupee is the cost of the material when the total cost is 9. So if the cost of 6.9, then this ratio should hold. Or in other words, 5 upon 9 is equal to 6.9 upon X, or X is equal to 6.90 cross multiply into 9 divided by, this goes 5 over here, 12.42. The answer is the same. The idea was just to explain this to you. The simpler, the quicker and the easier method is this particular one, where you can use proportion to calculate the cost of the article. This is the answer. I hope this point is clear with you. Thank you for being with us today.